I just thought about, oh, I'm in trouble when my mom finds this out. Why did I do this? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing something that's kind of different for me because I'm a very private person, but we're going to be doing a story time. This story is about how a school accident caused the Child Protective Services to investigate my family. I know that kind of sounds crazy. I bet you're like wondering, what type of accident did you get into, Vanessa, that caused Child Protective Services to investigate your family? And trust me, it was not that deep, but this is that story. So this happened in 2nd grade. I don't know how old you are in 2nd grade. Okay, Google. How old are you in 2nd grade?
7 years old.
So I was probably like 7 because this was during the holidays. I was in gym class and we were playing this game. I forgot what it was called. It was like Spiders and Flies. Oh, it was Spiders and Flies. Yeah, Spiders and Flies. And the whole concept of the game was there was kids lined up in the middle of the gym. That was the spiders. And the kids running through would be trying to run through the spider web, and if they got caught by the spider, they would be on the same line in the middle. At first I was the flies and I was running through perfectly fine. Then I got caught, so I was in the middle. So my best friend at the time, she was also in the middle too. So we were just running around. We were just running back and forth trying to catch people because that was kind of like what we were supposed to do. Then I really don't know what happened. I just remember seeing her smiling and running towards me, and I was running towards her. Little did I know that homegirl had a loose tooth. Next thing I knew, we collided. There was blood everywhere. And I didn't feel any pain, to be honest with you. Like, it was really not that serious for me because, like, I didn't feel anything. But, like, based on everyone's face, there was something wrong. The adrenaline started hitting, so like I wasn't really like crying or anything. Like, the gym teacher didn't realize what happened, so I was like, ooh, I need to get his attention. So I kind of went up to him and I bawled my eyes out because I realized something was wrong with me. He freaked out. He was like, oh my god, go to the nurse, go to the nurse. And I was like, what happened? All I knew was her loose tooth cracked my head open. Not like the skull, but like the skin. I remember this girl was running to the nurse's office with me, like holding my hand, and she was like kind of freaking out, and I was kind of freaking out. But like I said, I wasn't in pain or anything. I just thought about, oh, I'm in trouble when my mom finds this out. I got to the nurse, and I feel like this was like the first warning sign that something was a little off, because so me and my best friend at the time were both at the nurse's office, and at first they were attending to both of us. Then they started attending to my best friend who's just lost her tooth. We're 7 years old, you lose tooth at that age, so. But me, my whole eyebrow was split open. They were acting like it was not that big of a deal, and I was like, cool, I'm not that hurt. So they kind of bandaged my head up, and I guess they called my mom, and I just laid there until my mom got there. And I remember when my mom got there, she asked, so is she okay? Like, I can take her home. They were like, yeah, just take her home and she'll be fine. Like, just rest. So that's what we did. She kept asking me, I remember, like 10 million times. Like 10 million times. Vanessa, are you okay? Vanessa, do you want to go to the hospital? Vanessa, like, are you fine? And I was like, yeah, because I got home. I did my normal thing. I did my homework. I watched TV. I played with my brother. I ate dinner, got ready for bed, and went to bed. So like I was like, I'm fine. Like, I was not even in pain. Like, yeah, there was like kind of a gash in my head that kind of was bandaged, but like I was fine. And I was like, even if the nurse thought there was really something wrong, she would call 911, right? Wrong. In the middle of the night, I decided to go to the bathroom, and why did I do this? But I went to the bathroom, and there is like this really long mirror against the wall walking towards the toilet. I looked at myself, and this eye was significantly smaller than this eye. So 7-year-old me didn't know what to do. Like, I started freaking out, and all I did was scream. So my poor mother was like running to the bathroom trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with me. And all she did was look at me and be like, what? And I was like, look at my eye. And she was like, go back to sleep, you're fine. And I was like, are you sure? She was like, yeah, you look fine. Because I guess the way I interpret it, my eye wasn't really that small. Went back to sleep. And the next morning, my eye was still a little small and I was still panicking about it. And my mom was like, if there's anything wrong, if you're hurt or anything, if you start feeling pain, let me know. Tell them to call me and I will come and get you. And I was like, cool. Because that's like kind of how me and my mom deals with like when I'm sick or like hurt or something. Because I'm one of those kids that are literally like, if I'm like coughing, I'm going to the doctors. Like, I am not dealing with this cough. You know what I mean? So I went to school and I had like this tiny pillow that was like in like a doll thing like kit. I think it was like a Bratz doll kit. It came with like a small pillow and I took this pillow and I covered my eye and I was walking around like this the whole time I got to school. I don't know why I had so much confidence in 2nd grade, because I know damn well now at 21 you wouldn't catch me with a pillow over my eye walking around in public, right? So I got to school, nothing. Everyone was like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. Until my 2nd grade teacher asked me. She asked me, she was like, how are you feeling? And I was like, good. She was like, did you go to the hospital? No, I told my mom I didn't need to. Why did I say that? Why? Because all I remember is that she walked out of the class. And I was like, where's she going? She walked back in. She didn't say a damn word to me. She just started teaching like it was nothing. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I'm doing my classwork and stuff. And I swear like 20 minutes later, all I see is 2 teachers holding my mom back. And she's staring at that like window, like of your classroom door, just angry, like angry as hell, like this. She was like in the corner like and I'm sitting here like, why my mom here? Yo, I was terrified. I was sitting there like who called my mom? Why did they call my mom? At least tell me that they're calling my mom. No one told me what was going on. They just said, Vanessa, you have to go with your mom to the hospital. I was like, why? Oh, I was terrified to leave the room because my mama looked like she was ready to beat me. And we went to the hospital. And the nurse there was kind of like a little attitude-y. She was like, you should have came yesterday. And I was like, well, this happened at school and no one told me like it was that big of a deal. All she did was wrap my head and told me to go home. Then she was like, oh, really? And I was like, why would I be lying to you? And she was like, well, no, you should have came yesterday because you would have gotten stitches, but now it's kind of like starting to heal, so all we can really do is put these tapes on it. So I had like these 3 little tapes on my eyebrow. Oh, let me backtrack. So the reason why they called my mom, they were like, oh, if you don't bring her to the hospital, we're gonna call Child Protective Services on you. Mind you, this was the nurse that said this to my mom. Little did we know, they already called Child Protective Services prior to her coming in, even though she said she was coming in. And my mom got there so quick, so I was confused what happened. So the nurse wanted to be a little sneaky and call Child Protective Services on my mom. So Child Protective Services started investigating my family. And my parents went to the principal's office and they were like, yo, this is what happened. I don't know what's going on and why Child Protective Services is investigating my family. Even the principal didn't really know what was going on, which is weird because you're the principal of that school and you didn't know all this was going on right now. And she was mad. She was mad at the nurse actually, because she was like, this happened at school. If it was that bad, you should have called the 911 to bring this child to the hospital. The fact that you didn't take that action showed to the parents that it wasn't that big of an accident and that all I had to do was go home and rest. So Child Protective Services came to my house for like about a week, and it was just like this really nice lady, and I think like after like 2 days she realized like this was wasting her time because nothing was really wrong with my household. And at the time I was still 7, so my mom was still cooking my meals, making my beds, getting me ready for school, getting me ready for bed. Like, she was practically doing everything for me. So at the end of 7 days of the Child Protective Services being at my house. My life was back to normal. My eyebrow was fine until I went to school. I think it was like the following week or so. After the Child Protective Services did their investigation, they realized there was obviously nothing wrong with my household. Nothing was going on there. The Child Protective Services lady reported it to her boss, who reported it to the principal, who then took action to fire the nurse. Because she realized that this was practically the act of, I don't want to say racism, but there was definitely some type of discrimination going on, because it was not just me that was in the accident. And the type of care that I received at that by that nurse was literally not even close to what I should have gotten. And to save her butt, she decided, oh, I'm gonna call Child Protective Services on this family because she didn't bring her daughter to the hospital, even though I was supposed to call 911 for her. So the nurse came to my classroom and she was practically announcing that she was leaving. I don't know why this was a thing back in the day. I was 7, so this was probably, this was like 2005. So yeah, she was just like, I'm leaving, da 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 da. She was literally staring at me so angrily. And I was like, yo, who is this lady? I didn't cause you to lose your job. Maybe if you did your job properly, you wouldn't be in this situation. But that's not my business. She got fired. I hope she got her nurse's license taken away so nothing like this ever happened to another kid. The school formally apologized to my parents and to me about what happened, because like they were like, this was all the nurses doing, this was not us, we didn't call Child Protective Services, we didn't tell her to call Child Protective Services. Even Child Protective Services felt bad, and they gave us like a whole bunch of Christmas gifts, but my mom didn't want it. She was like, I don't want your charity. But like she realized like the only reason why they were there is because of what the nurse did. That's what happened. Now I have a scar on my face that literally reminds me of this accident every single day. Yeah, right there. That's the scar that caused this whole ordeal. And that's how an accident at school caused Child Protective Services to investigate my family. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel to see more content like this and college related things and lifestyle related things. Joe, say hi to the camera. Oh, this is my little baby Jojo. What are you doing? Have a great day. Bye.